road, yeah, I got those.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC South. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Again, everybody, alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Tremont Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Texans. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by an 11th-year passer in the league now. Still best remembered for his heroics in Super Bowl 52, of course, Nick Foles.
When you look at Nick Foles' career in total, you wonder to yourself at times, why has he not been a consistent starter in the league? Because when he's on, he can take a team to the Super Bowl and win it, as he did with Philadelphia.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Foles. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in
more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Desmond King back deep. Taken in at the 22. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out in his 2nd season now out of Stanford. Here's Davis Mills.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early. So a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man, but he was entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the 1st round of the 2021 draft.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
A 1st down throw for Mills. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
First and 10, Taylor now. They'll get this down to the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 38, Foles. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Here's Foles. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Foles. Buying time to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach perturbed his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let him put some points on the board.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. To throw again on second down. Mills. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mills. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Again, it's Mills. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they started to execute it, and they started to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Jerry Hughes on the stop. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. throw's going to be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
That is Roberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. On the return, it's King. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Texans will take over. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Throwing, Mills. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. There again is Cooks, complete. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Touchdown! Nico Collins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's 21-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Indy set to go on offense once more. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Full throw caught by Pierce. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Back to throw. The toss here completed to Pittman. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here's Roberto Sanchez on the punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Mills. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
On 1st and 10, Mills. He's got it to Collins, complete. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans are able to add on to their first-half lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. We've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. The partner, he has carried them in this ballgame throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this night's lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And the Colts getting ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On first down, he'll drop to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Foles. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? Seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown's going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And this Texans defense stands tall.
Now that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 34. A first carry down for Rex Burkhead. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they run with Burkhead. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Up the gut with Burkhead. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
It's caught left side by Cooks. Down inside the 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Bulls throw into the hands of Pittman here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Foles. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the draw is Taylor. He was brought down by Malik Collins. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. The 20. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.